Hi guys, welcome to Irish Footy Vlogs. Today I'm doing a reaction video to Stephen Kenny's 25-man squad for the crucial European qualifier against Slovakia. Now, if you're new around here, please consider subscribing. I basically do every week a preview show for the League of Ireland, the Premier Division and Division 1 with Cian Menton. He's my co-host as such for that. We review the games also. All kinds of reaction videos to games. For example, this week, Dundalk are playing in Europe. I'll be doing a preview to that and a match reaction to that. Match day vlogs whenever I can. It's obviously more difficult with COVID and all that. Because some grounds I can get into, some I can't. And obviously without fans, but obviously fans have been allowed in to a degree now, about 100 fans. So keep an eye out for that as well. Plenty of other contents around the League of Ireland and Irish international stuff as well. So if that's your kind of stuff, guys, please consider subscribing. And let's get into the squad, guys. Jack Byrne is back in the squad. The Shamrock Rovers midfielder has been playing very well the last few weeks, including a very good performance against AC Milan. So he's back in the squad, which is, I think, fair enough, to be fair. Derek Williams is back in the squad as well, the versatile Blackburn defender. Still no Michael Obafemi in the squad. Ryan Mannion from QPR and Troy Parrish is carrying an injury, so he's not in the squad either. The goalkeepers are Darren Randolph of West Ham, Mark Travers of Bournemouth and Caoimhín Kelleher of Liverpool. I think it's fair to say it's not too much of an argument there, to be fair. And it's fair to say, unless he's injured, Randolph is definitely the number one there. Defenders are Seamus Coleman, Matt Doherty, Enda Stevens and John Egan, the Sheffield United pair. Shane Duffy, Darragh Lenihan and Derek Williams, the Blackburn Rovers pair. Looking at that squad of defenders as well, you're trying to pick out who's on form. Seamus Coleman is on top form, to be fair, for Everton. He's come into the side. Ancelotti was singing his praises the other week. He was comparing him to Maldini. Okay, maybe a bit far-fetched. But it's interesting that Coleman, since he's lost his place as such to Doherty in the Irish squad, he's obviously rejuvenating himself and he's shown a desire early on in the season defensively and offensively for Everton to watch them play. In my view, I'd probably start Coleman at this minute in time ahead of Doherty, if I'm honest, for the Slovakia game, because we all know what kind of a leader Seamus Coleman is, and the fact that he's back playing well gives it the edge for me. The Sheffield United pair, Stevens and Egan. Stevens played 3 games. Egan missed 1 game, but Sheffield United started quite poorly in the Premier League, losing the first 3 games. That said, you know, it's hard to see them not playing. Shane Duffy, obviously there as well. Recent move to Celtic, scored a couple of goals as well, which isn't surprising. But you'd fancy him to play as well. It will be interesting to see if Kenny goes for a back 4 or back 5. I have a feeling he'll go for a back 4 with Coleman back there as well. Darragh Lenihan, obviously the other player there as well. Unless there's injuries, I can't see him playing. The midfield is interesting, I suppose. It's more, I suppose, the central midfield areas, really. James McCarthy, Crystal Palace. Harry Arter recently moved to Nottingham Forest. Jeff Hendrick obviously recently moved to Newcastle. You've got Alan Brown at Preston, Horahan at Villa, Jason Malumbi at Brighton, Robbie Brady at Burnley, and Jack Byrne at Shamrock Rovers. McCarthy's been doing quite well, reasonably well in the league with Crystal Palace. I thought he was poor in the game he played in one of the recent friendlies, but it's tough when you're out for a long time to get back into it as well. You'd probably say Hendrick will probably start, to be fair. Horahan as well, who's had a good start with Villa as well and actually scored at the weekend. So I'd be looking at, to be honest with you, there's not much between a lot of these Irish players in certain areas of the field. So simply, I would be thinking I'd be looking at going for more experienced players in general and players that are on form. So I'd like to think Horahan will start. I can't see Malumbi starting, although I like his quality. Brady is carrying a knock at the moment, so whether he'll make it or not, I'm not sure, but he has been named in the squad. You know, it's a difficult one. If you're going for a 3-man midfield, I've got Horahan, Hendrick, probably McCarthy just about above Arter. A lot of people may disagree with that. The forwards then, it's kind of a loose thing, the forwards. This is what they're listed in the squad, but you've got McLean, obviously, a winger. Callum Robinson, who can play on the winger up front. Callum Dowda, who can play in the wing, really. Connolly can play up front, but I prefer him on the wing. Then you've got the centre forwards, the proper centre forwards, like Adam Ida, Norwich City, David McGoldrick, Sheffield United, and Shane Long of Southampton. I'll start with the centre forwards first as such. You've obviously got, 4 or 5 options who can actually play up front, but I think really the options are Ida, McGoldrick, and Long. They're the main 3 options who you would probably look to start. Which one do you pick out of the 3? I wouldn't go Adam Ida at this minute in time, even though I think he's got very good potential. He scored this season for Norwich in the Championship as well. But I just think it's a difficult game to put him into. The experience will help him a lot in those friendlies. But with McGoldrick fit, I know McGoldrick doesn't score a lot of goals, but he's just got that extra bit of experience in terms of he's 32 years of age, an extra bit of footballing experience all round. And he's well able to hold up the ball and bring others into play. We'll get on to that later. Later on the game, you might bring Shane Long on to stretch the defence, but I'd be inclined to go with McGoldrick, to be honest. Then out wide, you're looking at, I suppose, Robinson, McLean, Connolly, and O'Dowda. O'Dowda, a bit like Brady, has a bit of a niggly injury coming into this game as well, so I don't know. He's been named in the squad anyway. But I'd be looking at Robinson to start because Robinson, obviously fresh from scoring 2 goals against Chelsea in the Premier League at the weekend. And I do think he's when I say winger, a wide forward, I suppose, really, who has an eye for a goal. And he likes a shot as well, which is no bad thing, if I'm honest. And we probably need a bit of that. The question is then, for me, do you go McLean? Do you go Connolly? O'Dowd as well, obviously, is another option, but I'm not sure he's 50-50 to make it. At this minute in time, say the options are McLean and Connolly as we speak now. It's a difficult one. We all know the experience and the heart and desire McLean has. And he'll track back and he'll help out your fullbacks. All those are very important things. Connolly has scored for Brighton this season and has looked sharp in their games as well. I thought he'd done reasonably well in the friendlies recently as well. Lacked the killer edge, I suppose, but a little bit of nerves shown there as well. That's a big call for me. I'm not really sure how Kenny will go that way, to be honest with you. But all in all, guys, that's the squad. What do you think of the squad? Do you think it's unfair that Obafemi and Mannion have been omitted? Parish obviously injured as well. What players would you tend to go with yourself personally? Would you go a 4-3-3? Would you go 3-5-2? Whatever system, what system would you pick? I think it's going to be a difficult tie, regardless of whether Kenny, by the way, or Mick McCarthy was the manager. I think not relevant, but it's a difficult tie. Slovakia are a good side. They're going to be tough to beat over there as well. And obviously, if we beat them, we've another away trip to Northern Ireland or Bosnia. But guys, I'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed the video and see you again. Good luck. Bye bye now.